Welcome to Speedweeks 2018. Today we take on a challenge of the 50% running of the Nextera Energy 250. The truck I have chosen, as you can see, is the number 92 BTS Tire and Wheel Distributors truck. This team and sponsor will be at the 2018 Daytona 500 in the hands of David Gilliland, so I felt like it was an appropriate choice to take on the first race of Speedweeks. And yes, the first race of Speedweeks. In just a few days, we will also be doing a 50% Xfinity race at Daytona, so let me know down in the comments what team and paint scheme I should use for that event. And then when the 2018 update of NASCAR Heat 2 comes out, we will be doing a 50% race for the Daytona 500. Yes, 100 laps. It's going to be torture, but I'm going to do it because it's going to probably be entertaining. But first things first, we need to go racing here at Daytona in the Truck Series, see if we can take a win in the Nextera Energy 250. So we'll be starting at the back because you always qualify in the back in the plate races. It's not worth qualifying. Here we go. All right, the Nextera Energy 250 coming down for the green flag. As you can see, there are several new drivers here because, of course, the NASCAR Next update came out some time ago. So we are underway, and essentially, this is the 2018 Nextera Energy 250 because of the fact that there's a bunch of different drivers in here. So we go around Riley Herbst. That's unfortunate for him because he's got a lot of sponsorship, clearly from NASCAR Energy. But screw it, we already got around him. Now I'm behind Haley Deegan. We're going to try to bump draft her down the turn 2 and now down the back straightaway. Oh, getting in behind her a little too hard there. And now down the back straightaway to the outside goes Lapovich. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. Regardless, Spencer Boyd, that's a familiar name. He's been in this truck series in this game for a while. Harrison Burton to the outside. I know him. Looks like he's taken over the ride that was at Myatt Snyder's. No longer, it's Harrison Burton's as we go 3 wide through the tri-oval. Following Deegan, who's really getting quite a run here through the pack. I believe she's the daughter of Brian Deegan, if I'm not mistaken, the rallycross driver in the GRC. I could be wrong, so be sure to correct me in the comments and tell me how stupid I am for saying that, but regardless. So stage 1, this is a stage race, as that will be in real life, so 9 laps in the first stage, and the key is just to get up through the pack. We're not worried about stage points because we're not running for the championship in the Truck Series, it's just about getting as high up the field as we can, and Deegan almost chopped across my nose there. Clearly, either her spotter didn't tell her she was down there, or I was down there, or she didn't listen to her spotter. You know, as a rookie, you wonder if they're making that kind of a mistake, but this Wendell Chavis, and I finally said his name right, pulls in front of me. We're going to go to the outside of Chavis, and we definitely have a hot rod underneath us right now as we got Cabra. I've seen him race before, actually. I've actually talked to him, I believe. I think I met him at a K&N race. Very nice guy. Good to see he's at least running in the mid-pack ahead of several more of the NASCAR Next drivers. But right now, we haven't really been able to get around him. And Haley Deegan down to the inside once again. But this time we'll pull around Chavis, or around Deegan, almost get to the inside of Chavis, but he puts us under that yellow line. And then, you know, driving a Regan Smith truck, they're not going to show me a whole lot of sympathy to breaking the yellow line rule as we go down to the inside of Chavis and Coughlin, and we'll get around. So we'll try to work with Cabra here, get him up through the field. We'll give him a little bit of a shot down the tri-oval, or the exit of the tri-oval, try to get him up into this pack a little bit. Couldn't quite get there. Joe Nemechek is up there, or Joe Nemechek if you're Eli Gold. Not sure which one you want to prefer. We'll give Cabra a little bit of a shot down the back straightaway, try to get him underneath Peck and Nemechek. And we did. He's underneath, so don't wuss out here in turn 3, dude. We've got a good run. We can get on around a lot of trucks if you just stay under there. Thank you, Cabra. Appreciate it. And he gets up in the 20th. We'll move underneath Nemechek and Peck, and that rhymes, as we'll make the move underneath and get up to 20th position. Continue to work with Cabra. And what's funny is with all these NASCAR Next drivers, you got Duzat and Jennifer Jo Cobb up here in the kind of the front of the pack, or at least mid-pack, is solidly in the mid-pack. we work underneath Duzat and Gilliland, another nice guy. Now, oh, well, that's ironic. I just realized I'm passing Gilliland in what is essentially his dad's drive. It's kind of funny. Jennifer Joe is very slow there, and that also rhymed. So we're doing a lot of rhyming and poetry and all this stuff early on in the race, and we are already quite good in terms of where we are in the pack. We are really carving our way through this Truck Series field. As we move to the inside of Jennifer Joe, 4 laps to go in the stage. Heck, we could go after a stage victory here if we get lucky. Haley was very kind to me there, letting me through on the inside, 3 wide, kind of screwing Truex there in the Shiggy truck. Oh, yeah. I kept pinging between the apron and Haley, and that allowed Haley back through. Jennifer Joe moving to the outside. Jennifer Joe is really coming on strong here. She's up into the top 15. And now Duzat and Cabra will work behind me. We're going to try to get underneath Noah Gragson. Can we do it? Not going to happen right now. Possibly. No, we just don't have the run. Jennifer Joe possibly going to move down and help me drafting-wise with Gragson, which he does. And Gragson can't get a move in there. So we're getting behind Jennifer Joe. Try to get to the outside of Jennifer Joe. Not working. Now let's try to get Jennifer Joe to a stage win, shall we? I don't know how many laps we have to go. I think we've probably got, what, 3? Yeah, 3 laps to go in the stage.
Stay on the bottom. Hold your line.
And there's nowhere for Jennifer Joe to go, so we're going to have to dump her. Sorry, Jennifer Joe. Can't do anything with you anymore. So Truex, Austin Wayne Self. They're 3 wide out in front. Stuart Friesen. Or Friesen, I can't remember how to say it. I haven't done the Truck Series in a while. 3 wide on the inside. Grant Infinger to the outside. Truex in the middle and me down to the inside. And now we are 3 wide, about 2 rows deep. 2 to go on the stage. Haley's moving up through the field. Christopher Bell is not upside down at the moment. Neither is Matt Crafton, in fact. All those people who flipped over in this race. We'll see who flips over in this one, if anybody does. As we work to the inside of Haley. Try to get around. We don't have any drafting partners, though. And yellow will end the stage. Okay. That's interesting. Not sure why. Let's see if anybody is peeling off into the pits. That would imply that somebody has gotten into the wall. Cody Coughlin is at the back of the field, so I assume that he was involved in whatever schmozzle that was, but we'll take 9th in the stage, move on to stage number 2. So we got some stage points, but that doesn't really mean a whole lot, does it, when you're racing in an exhibition race. So here we go, racing once again at Daytona for the Nextera Energy 250, and I went under that yellow line. That's out of bounds. But I guess they won't call it this time on the Regan Smith car truck or whatever. So inside the Brad Keselowski trucks, which don't even exist anymore, 3 wide, and Tommy Joe Martins has got hung out to dry on the outside. So we'll get him behind Austin Cindric, give him a little bit of a shove, get him behind John Henry. Oh, there's been a crash. Did you see the tire marks in the back straight? There was a crash down there, so somebody spun. I'm guessing that was Cody Coughlin getting up into the wall and spinning down the track. So we've gotten to the bottom of the accident. We know what happened now, and what brought out that yellow at the end of the stage. That's kind of why I wish. That's one of my wish list items for NASCAR Heat 3 is caution flag replays. Even though, you know, I'm usually a guy who promotes sim, and I want sim, as close to sim as you can get. You know, this is always going to be an arcade franchise, so I think caution replays, especially when you don't know what brought out the yellow, I think is important. As we get underneath Cody Rhodes here, Ben Rhodes. What the heck was I thinking there? But Ben Rhodes goes in front. Well, we'll make contact with John Hunter Nemechek and somehow managed to not crash there. So into the lead goes Cindric from Rhodes, and now Nemechek slides into that spot. And another thing, Why are there no duels? You can't run the duels. It's just silly. I know the duels are pretty much pointless these days. It's like usually only about 41, 42 people show up at Daytona. But we should be able to run the duels. They still run them in real life. You should run them in the game. But maybe that's just me. I don't want to have to go to NASCAR 15 to have to run the duels. Anyway, 3 trucks out in front. Stuart Friesen and Ryan Truex behind. Now we'll move to the inside of Nemechek and get that second lane going here with Rhodes. We'll give him a shove underneath Cindric in the middle of the corner. That probably would have spun him out in real life, but screw it. Rhodes to the point. We'll go up to second, passing Cindric. And we'll see how many laps to go in the stage as we cross the line now. 6 to go. So we got 6 laps to pass Rhodes, or pass Rhodes now and just hold on to the lead. Or we can shove Rhodes, see if we can get a 2-car tango going. A little bit of tandem racing here. Not quite working out yet because Cindric is able to pull up behind me. I will say this, after playing Forza 7, this is definitely a better NASCAR experience. No doubt about it. If you want a NASCAR game, you get this. You don't get Forza. Even the sounds are better, which is ironic because I kind of praise the sounds in Forza. But I get back to this game and I'm like, well, you know, the sounds aren't that bad, all things considered, in this game. Now, clearly they're not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. Well, I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, we're in behind Regan Smith. We are Regan Smith. We're pushing Ben Rhodes, trying to get him away from the pack. It actually looks like the pack is split up a bit behind me. Not like we can really look behind, so we just kind of got to go off of what I see on the rear view mirror. But it certainly seems like the pack is split into 2. So I feel like someone who may have been involved in that crash had a little bit of issues and problems on the restart, and that managed to split the pack up. And I keep clipping that bloody apron, and it keeps slowing me down. In fact, it's going to allow Ben Rhodes to get a big lead there for just a second. So we'll try to get a run on him here into turn 1. We'll see if we can slingshot around him. Probably not going to happen. We probably don't have nearly enough of a run here, which we don't. No, absolutely do not. We'll try to get to the inside. Hopefully Cindric will work with us. Looks like Cindric's going down below. And if I can pull to the inside in front of Cindric, I think we will clear Rhodes here. And we're going to hang Rhodes after drive. Bye, Rhodes. Nice knowing you. And into the lead we go. The crowd roars. The BTS car into the lead. And now we'll try to hold 3 trucks off behind us. Rhodes looking to the outside. Truex looking to the inside. Cindric looking to the outside and inside because he's in the middle, so he's both. Just holding everybody off right now. 3 trucks deep here at Daytona. And Rhodes really got screwed there. Rhodes really falling off the pace. Truex is now the guy we need to hold off, and I'm looking at my mirrors more than I'm looking out in front of me. That is plate racing at its finest right there, boys. And here comes Cindric to the outside. So we'll try to hold off Cindric. I guess we'll just stick it right in the middle right now. Hold everybody off. Truex looking, couldn't quite get there. Cindric looking to the outside, can't get there. We'll just keep holding them off, keep blocking. Rope-a-dope, rope-a-dope. Here comes Cabra. Cabra working up. Oh, Truex trying to wreck me. 2 laps to go on the stage. What don't you like about stage racing? We're trying to race for this stage victory. Can we get it? We're holding off Truex for now. How many laps of fuel? We got 7 laps of fuel. So theoretically we could pit at the end of the stage, maybe make it to the end. We'll see. Holding Truex and Cindric off. Maybe coming to the white, or how are we at the white flag? I don't know. I've been looking at my mirror. I've been looking at the. Ooh, that was a block and a half on Cindric. Oh no, 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 no! Cindric moved to the outside. We're gonna side draft him. Oh no, that was a mistake. Truex gets into me. Here we go, the big one. Oh, oh no! Oh, that is a bad crash. That is Bodai. We're still getting wrecked. Still getting wrecked. Oh, they're wrecking so much wrecking. They're still wrecking. Nobody is pitting. We're still 9th, but we're wrecked. So we're gonna have to come in. However, that may work into our advantage later on, as Tommy Joe Martins is 2 laps behind the race. So that must have been the car that had, or the truck that had trouble on that restart. So we'll be back to green here, and we'll have a much more packed up pack, if that makes any sense, for this restart. 29 to go. We're continuing to play chicken with that yellow line. And Nemechek kind of got into me there a little bit. So I guess Tommy Joe Martins made a green flag pit stop, and now Harrison Burton down to the inside. Slow down in the pack there. I think everybody was just kind of getting sorted out, but it definitely created a bit of a stack up. Crafton is all the way back here in 27th. Not sure why that is. And look at the top lane moving. I chose completely the wrong lane, clearly. And now I'm getting shuffled out because I tried to go with TJ Bell, and that did not work. So Nemechek will take that position back. And again, we've got a little bit of pack split up there, as half the pack in front is getting away. And we've got 21 laps left of fuel. We are not going to be able to make it to the end. NOT, not going to be able to make it to the end on our fuel. The rest of the field probably will. So it's going to be a one pit stop race for everybody, including me. So that crash definitely didn't do me any favors there coming to the end of the stage, as we are going to dive to the inside of Burton, get around him. Now I'm behind Corbin Forrester, get to the outside. Can't quite get there. We'll sneak to the inside. Now I'm behind John Hunter, or Joe Nemechek. I keep getting the Nemecheks confused. Now to the inside of Deegan. Can we sneak all the way to the inside? Not quite. Not quite. Giving Nemechek a bit of a shove. Shoving him. Crafton looked like he was going to block Joe, and then he decided, oh, I'm just going to not block him. So Nemechek braked, and the gigantic space was still there. TJ Bell moves back in front of me, so we'll get hopefully to the outside. Now diving to the inside of Bell. We will sneak underneath him into turn 1. And inside Crafton as well. Now that NASCAR Energy car has actually moved up the field quite nicely. He's now in the middle of the pack. So my Nemechek diving to the inside, trying to get underneath or behind Gilliland. It's not quite going the way I want it. Nemechek back in front. Again. Spencer Boyd, whoa, to the inside. I was not expecting that. That red truck in the middle was kind of going slowly. And we'll work to the outside. Can't quite get there. And we seem to be stymied here in the middle of the pack, or the back of the pack. Oh, I guess it's the middle of the pack since we're in the 20s. We can't really move anywhere. We'll try to get a side draft off of Boyd and come in behind Herbst here, who looks like he was involved in the Coughlin crash, because he's got the rear end of his truck is all sorts of torn up.
Hold your line.
Or maybe he was involved in the big one. Who knows? All I know is that we are trying to get this run. And we're at 188. And not quite able to get any kind of momentum going here. We're going to get underneath Lapovich here. So that's going to be another position. Not quite into the top 20 yet. But we need to go, because if we're going to have to stop again. We are absolutely going to have to stop again. Everybody else is going to come into the pits, though. This is going to be really interesting, because the strategy now is that everybody is going to come into the pits under the green flag, but I'm going to come in significantly later than everybody else. So that is going to cause some really interesting stuff to happen here. I just don't know how it's all going to work out. Probably not in my favor. You know, I did go into the catch fence, so. Oh! I tried to block Crafton, and that was a mistake. I guess that's why Nemechek did not do that. And now into the pits goes Crafton. So, screw. I guess I cut his tire down or something. I don't know why he just suddenly dropped off the pack. Here comes Martin's unlapping himself from me. That doesn't really mean a whole lot. So we've lost a bit of time here. We're going to have to try to work it back, get it back. But since the field's a little bit spread out, we should be able to get right back to him. Well, this part of the, I should say, this part of the field is spread out. The rest of the field is packed up, and usually when you run in a pack, it actually slows you down a little bit. If you're running a line, you can get back up there pretty quickly. So everybody working in a line here pretty well. Forrester, Martins, Bell, Burton, Deegan, all of us in this kind of pack. And here comes some serious pit stops as we'll follow Tommy Joe Martin. In fact, Tommy Joe Martins probably is not going to need to pit. So we need to stay in his draft, as I go a bit Irish there for some reason. Now, when I did this race in career mode, this is when they wrecked. They wrecked coming out of the pits. So it's possible that there will be another wreck here. And Tommy Joe Martins is pulling away. But he's, again, not going to come into the pit, so we need to just stay in this draft, try to pull it behind him as best we can as we go 183, not quite 185 because we definitely lost the draft, but it's possible that Tommy Joe has also lost it. Just gotta hold our breath here as everybody's coming off into the pits, except for just a couple of trucks, and we'll take all those positions back. Now when the pack forms up, we're going to have to hope we're in it. Looks like it is forming up over here, but there... Oh, that's close. That's close. That was so close with Cindric there, who is the leader. Not the leader anymore. He got blocked in traffic. Oh, dear. What was Cindric doing out that late anyway, is my question. And why he got blocked by traffic, I will never know. But we'll come up in behind Wendell Chavis. See if we can pass him. Not going to look like it's going to be possible. So we'll just try to draft with Wendell Chavis. Everybody all spread out now. It does make me wonder, as people come out of the pits, what's going to happen. If we're going to get that big one that happened in my career mode race, or if everything's going to stay copacetic. Looks like we've got clean sailing here in turn 1. There's a very slow truck on the inside. Somebody getting up to speed or somebody falling off the pace. It's going to be hard to tell at the moment. As here comes a big line of traffic. Brian Duzat is coming to the inside, as well as Haley Deegan. So it's going to be interesting to see how the pack reforms throughout this race. It looks like it's reforming fairly well, although I'm getting screwed by it right now. So we'll find a place in line behind Joe Nemechek and in front of Todd Gilliland. So essentially we're biffling right now. We're a lap up on the field essentially, but we're running at the back of the pack.
20 to go.
But we do have the pack. We do have the draft, so that's good. 13 to go, so we'll pit with 7 laps remaining. And Cindric comes out of the pits and screws Haley Deegan. So rip Cindric. Nice try, mate. Now we get in behind Coughlin. Tommy Joe Martins is trying to work around the outside of Chase Briscoe, but it's not working out for him. Chase Cabra is in second place, but he's 40 seconds behind the race. In fact, I think that's the lead pack. The pack on the extreme left side of y'all Pickshaw. Everybody all together up there because Cabra's a white truck. Infinger's a green truck, or a yellow truck. Fluorescent yellow truck. The Menard yellow. So greenish yellow, tennis ball yellow, if you will. So I think that's the lead pack up in front, way up in front. But it doesn't really matter because we're going to get to the inside of Lapovich here. Looks like Coughlin's going fairly fast despite his crash earlier in the race. So we'll continue to work with him. And we'll just keep trying to work up through the pack. You know, Coughlin's starting to pull away, so we don't want to have him pull too far away because that's going to be not a good thing. But he is really catching Tommy Joe Martins and Chase Briscoe up here. And Grant Infinger, who is now up to second, I guess Cabra got hung out to dry. They're not really gaining on me, so that's encouraging. We're probably going to have to do a splash and go. We won't need to take tires, I would imagine. This track surface is not nearly abrasive enough that it really wears tires particularly fast. So that's not a concern. That's not a worry. As we get in here behind Cody Coughlin. Get that run through 3 and 4, or 1 and 2. Why do I keep always screwing up the corner names? Always. Never fails. Always screw up the corner names. But anyway, in behind Infinger. Infinger. He's second. In behind Tommy Joe Martins. And really can't get anything going yet. Tommy Joe working to the outside. He's going to get hung out here, which is good because he's a lap truck. We don't need to deal with him and his nonsense.
Steady.
So in behind Coughlin, we'll pull around Martins and work with Briscoe and Coughlin here to try to get up to that second pack, or that pack just ahead of us. I think we'll be able to do it. As Briscoe cuts Coughlin off, so we're not really working together very well here, boys. But we are continuing to put time on Hill and Truex, who are now the second place and third place trucks. Friesen and Cabra are now up there as well. So I guess something happened to Infinger.
Caution.
And a
Caution,
yellow.
caution. Watch for debris.
Uh-oh. Well, we have a lap on a lot of the field. We will come into the pits, but they're going to be trapped a lap down because at least somebody is not coming into the pits. Truex. So we will need to come in. We'll get 2 tires, no repairs, 1.5 cans of fuel, just to be safe, and we'll accept that. So we'll be 13th on the restart. Jennifer Joe, J.J. Yaley out in front.
Stay sharp. Green's coming. The race is going green.
And we should
Green
have
flag.
about
Green flag. All right.
13 laps to go. 14 laps to go. We'll see as we cross the line.
Stay low.
14 to
You're
go.
Right there.
So underneath, J.J. Yaley. We've seen a lot of him in the Xfinity Series. That's
Right
always
there.
fun. So in behind Ben Rhodes. Underneath Brendan Brown.
Still there.
Gregson. Friesen.
Stay
Peck.
right there.
And Cabra's still running up at the front. Good on him.
All right.
We'll see if we can race him for the win. I thought he had a fast truck, and it seems to be proving it. But now he's getting shuffled out. Not sure who's going to the lead right now.
Stay on the
Hard
line.
to
Hold the
tell.
line.
But it doesn't matter. I mean, this stage is actually long, or this, I shouldn't say stage.
Right there.
That's felt like a stage caution, but it wasn't. This
Hold your line.
run is actually longer than the stages. How about that? That's what I should have been saying. So we've got 13
Hold your
laps
line.
to go here. This is going to be, if it goes green the whole way, which it possibly will not, going to be the longest green flag run of the race.
Clear high.
So we'll see how it goes. To the inside goes that truck. I think it's the 52. And that was the truck that was leading the race. Cobbers got hung out to dry, so not sure who's gone back to the lead. There were 3 wide for the lead momentarily. I think it's Truex up there. A lot of white trucks, a lot of white and black trucks in the Truck Series competition. So sometimes it's hard to tell just from looking at the back of them exactly who is up there. 3 lanes up, or 3 rows up in the pack. As we get in behind Gregson, 12 to go.
Hold the bottom. Keep it right there.
Giving him a little bit of a shove, and now working to the inside of him. Trying to go 3 wide underneath Cabra and Gregson. Will get there.
Hold the bottom. Car there.
Rhodes and Infinger just ahead. Teammates working together in row 2. Make a little bit of contact. Infinger actually forces his way alongside me behind Rhodes and actually pulls that move off. Truex is hung out on the outside. And now he's going to have help from Gregson. And behind me is Yaley. Get that run through 3 and 4. Go to the outside of Infinger. And I'm trying to figure out who this is in the front. Uh-oh.
All right.
Ooh. That was close. that was close. That was too close. So was that. We almost made contact with Gregson. Still trying to figure out who this truck is in the front. I don't know. What the truck? I don't know. What the truck? What is that truck? It's Austin Hill. I know, because I finally saw it on the leaderboard. We finally understand the ways of life. But all I need to know is that those Thor Sport trucks are pulling away. So we need to get moving here. Otherwise, we're gonna be in trouble. Them Toyotas, them cheating. They're cheating. We gotta get the Fords together and get a win here. Austin Hill, we need to get up there. We need to get them cheating Toyotas at the lead. So in behind Hill, we're starting to claw our way back up here behind them cheating Toyotas. Let's see what we can do. Infinger not really working very well with his teammate. You'd think they'd want to be lined up. He's trying to get him some fresh air for some reason to the inside, and Hill will move in behind Infinger. If we get that run, we can get around all three of them, but I don't really want to be leading yet. As we saw what happened the last time I led, I was able to block for about 2 laps, and then I got thrown into the catch fence. So, yeah, as Rhodes is trying to dive in front. 9 to go, full stage remaining in this race. In behind Hill, yeah, we got Rhodes out of the picture because everybody's running single file. Is Infinger going to try to go back and get Rhodes? That would be funny. But he's not. He's still leading the motor race as Yaley looks to the inside. Can't get there. Peck also up into this pack, and we're actually going to shove Hill, looks like, to the lead with our aerodynamic draft. Obviously, we're not actually physically shoving him. And underneath Infinger, those Thor Sport trucks are going to the back. No, they're not. Actually, Rhodes is actually going to help Infinger get back to the front, so we're going to try to block as best we can, or as effectively as we can. We've got 8 laps remaining in the race. Hill leading, Yaley behind me, Rhodes to the outside, and I don't know where my buddy from the K&N series is, but he is way out. Oh, God almighty, hit the apron, and that's not going to help matters. That also is not going to help matters. We're going to fall way back. Well, not as far back as I thought we would. There he is. There's Cabra. Hi, Cabra. Oh, God almighty. Brian Duzat up in the front. Now we got 3 wide trucks behind us. Not good. Actually, Duzat's a lap down. How is he so fast? Oh, where did he come from? Well, he's trying to get his lap back the old-fashioned way. He's trying to race for it. Oh, I give him credit. That's ambitious. No doubt about it. Good job, Brian Duzat. But I feel like it's a bit of a stretch, but we'll see. So we've got to make up 11 positions, really 12, with the lap truck of Duzat in there. And now everybody's forming up a line and hanging Infinger out to dry. Somebody's going up to get him. Not sure who that is. And we just can't get anything going. In fact, there's 2 lap trucks up. Are there? Oh, no, we're in 10th. How did I see 11th? Why did I see 11th there for a second? I must be seeing things. I don't know. I'm confused. I'm not trying to think of numbers. I'm trying to think of plate racing. And I'm trying to get to the front. So now everything's formed about 2 by 2 once again. Duzat is kind of cutting the way for us here just a little bit, which I guess is nice. But it's also not helping me particularly all that well. And to the outside goes Gregson. We're getting behind Infinger. Not going to work. That top lane is going backwards. Looks like John Hunter Nemechek is not really feeling it in the middle. He was definitely squirrely in there. Almost getting to the side of him there. Thankfully, we did not. Yaley's going to make the move to the outside and get around me. So we'll get him behind Duzat here. Just hope that the power of the Duzat gets us up here to the front. We're already into the top 6. So we've got 6 trucks to pass, but 5 for position. He's just going to be getting down to the nitty-gritty here. As Cabra looking to the inside, he's trying to get a win. Not going to work yet. Not going to work yet. Those Thor Sport trucks back up at the front, or at least one of them. Duzat is starting to be a pain in my Duzat, so we're going to try to get to the inside of him, which we will do. We'll follow our buddy Cabra through, and I think we'll get up to 4th place here by the back straightaway if we don't choke, which is certainly a possibility considering I've choked a few times in this race already, as I almost made contact with the 20 truck. The 20, what number is that truck? 24, 20? I don't know. 420, blaze it. All right, let's get to the inside of Chase Cabra. Can we get to the inside? Yes, we can. Sorry, Cabra. Got to dump you. You can finish second. 3 wide. Peck and Haley. And we actually gave Cabra a little bit of a help there. And Duzat's going to, again, Duzat is up here in the lead group. Running for the, well, not running for the win, but running to get his lap back. 4 to go. So, that was close. I'm trying to move up too early. Well, we're helping Duzat get to the front. Duzat could play a pick here. He could be a pick for me. In fact, if we can get Duzat to the front around Haley, I can use him as a drafting partner and not have to worry about blocking the lead because he'll be helping me down the straightaway. We'll see. Haley right now looks like he's got a very, very strong truck. There's Duzat looking to the inside. We're going to block him for now. We can't let Duzat get between us and Haley. We really want that. We want the lead first, then we can let Duzat around. But the problem is if we let Duzat around, there will be the potential that the truck behind him, which I believe is John Hunter Nemechek, will get around, and then we'll have to fight for the win. Regardless, we're fighting for the win anyway because Haley has suddenly turned the afterburners on and we cannot get around him. This is going to be the trouble. This is what we had trouble with at the end of the stage last time, just being able to set up a pass. When you're one truck, it's hard to work past another one that's running a similar speed, especially with the plate, with the restrictor plates the way they are. So here we go. Duzat looking behind. He is not a factor, but he certainly, well, he's not a factor in terms of the overall position, but he certainly could be a factor when it comes down to how this race plays out. Who is Duzat going to go with? Is he going to help me? Is he going to help Haley? He's just sitting back there. Come on, give me a bump draft or something. I can't even get to Haley's bumper. So this is not helping me very much. But Duzat did get a run there. We'll see if it helps me. We've got 2 laps to go, so we're going to have to go for it here. And that is not going for it. Duzat will go underneath and get that position. So we got a double draft here. Jennifer Jo Cobb is third. Jennifer Jo Cobb is third. And Duzat is going for the... Duzat is trying to get his lap back. He is at Savage Duzat. He is the most savage driver I've ever seen in this. How is he doing this? Well, regardless, we're coming to the last lap. We've got a lap truck in the mix, and Jennifer Jo Cobb is running third, trying to get the lead and the win here. We're going to push Duzat. This is exactly what I thought was going to happen. We're going to try to get around Haley if we can. Haley's going to have to block for all he's worth, and he's doing it. Side by side, this is going to be a heck of a finish. This is going to be a heck of a finish. Haley holds on to the lead. He's getting helped by Duzat. He's using my theory of getting behind Duzat, trying to get that win. We'll try to get to the inside. Duzat going with Haley. We'll get into the back of him. Oh, no. I think we're going to lose it. We got to use Jennifer Jo Cobb. And here comes my friend, Cabra. Cabra, help me. Oh, no. We got hit. We're in the wall. It's the big one at Daytona. And that will not end the race. That will not end the race. Oh, we have to keep going because even though it was on the last lap, it will not finish the race because of what happens in NASCAR Heat 2. We have to go again. We have to go again. So no fuel, no tires, just repairs. And we'll accept that. So we're 23rd. NASCAR overtime. Brian Duzat now has a chance to win the race. What a great move by Duzat to get up there. But we're going. The race is back on. The race for victory at Daytona. Is Haley going to get it? Can we get it? We've got 2 laps again. It's essentially a replay of what happened the last time. We're going to make it 4 wide. We have to do it. It has to be done. 4 wide at Daytona. We get it done. Even though we kind of play with the yellow line a little bit, we definitely really skated on the edges of the rules right there. But screw it. We have to get to the front. We've got all the lead lap trucks here, including a very, very heavily damaged Ben Rhodes coming behind us here. But now the field is up to speed, so we're going to have to find just a miracle to get past 15, 16 trucks here. We're going to get 1 lap to go. White flag is going to come out. Who is going to get it? The race is almost over. The Nextera Energy 250. 3 wide. Can't get underneath Bell. Or can we? Yes, it can. Yes, we can. There's a nice space that opens up down there. I was just trying not to hit the apron. In finger, just ahead. Can we get underneath him?
Still there.
Oh, we don't have any drafting help though. We're going to try to side draft a little bit. Underneath in finger, can we get a top 10? That's kind of what we have to hope for now. And Stuart Friesen has taken the lead. Haley got rooted out. So, and to the inside, there goes somebody, I'm not sure, but it looks like it's going to be a very close finish. Not sure who's going to get it, but it's not Friesen. 12th for us. I'm not sure who got the win. We'll see. Real quick, before we look at this finish, we need to look at this big one again, because look what happens to Ben Rhodes. From a close-up angle, check this out. Ay, ay, ay. That is one whale of a crash. But I guess we have our prediction for the first flip of Speedweeks 2018. And taking the W was Stuart Friesen over John Hunter Nemechek, but it was incredibly close. That was about as side-by-side as you could have gotten from a finish. I didn't think Friesen got it, but he did over John Hunter Nemechek. You can see the margin of victory. Just, I mean, that's an eyelash, if anything. And you can see down through the rest of the field where everybody else finished and the drivers who had a lot of trouble. So that was the end of race number 1 of Speedweeks 2018. If you enjoyed this video, you got to the end, hit the like button and let me know what you thought of the race in the comments. And also, again, let me know what paint scheme I need to be using in the Xfinity Series, Power Shares QQQ, or whatever the heck that race is called, let me know what paint scheme you want me to run down there. So thank you guys so much for watching. This has been David Land on YouTube, and we'll see you at Daytona for the next race of Speedweeks.